Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, that is Study with Entomologist. So in today's series we will learn about the chapter that is IPM. It is the most important chapter in entomology and most basic also. So IPM basically concludes that integrated pest management. So first we have to learn about what does pest mean. So it comes from the French word. It comes from the French word that is peste, and also from a Latin word that is pestis. So both the word means anything that is plague or contagious. It means anything that is plague or contagious. Means it can spread from one person to another person, or in the manner one crop to the another crop. These pests can spread. That's why it is named as pestis or the pest. Second thing, what is the definition of the pest? Pest means anything that can cause directly or indirectly damages to the human beings, or the we can say in the meaning of the economic damage, that is anything that is causing the economic damage will come under the pest definition. So any weed there, insect are there, nematodes are there, rats are there, mice are there, anything that is causing economic damage to the mankind, that will come under the definition of the pest. Now the second important thing what we have to learn, that if a thing is pest in this particular place, that doesn't mean that it will consider pest as another place also. It only depends on the extent of economic damage it is causing. Like example, painted lady butterfly. Painted lady butterfly is a major pest of artichoke. We can say it is a major pest of artichoke in France conditions, but that doesn't mean it will also a pest in the England conditions also. So it depends on place to place also, and the extent of the economic damage done by these pests. So I hope you all are now. Several times we have listened about the major pest, minor pest, negligible pest. So how we can consider those as a pest? Like first is negligible pest. Negligible pest means the cost of controlling the pest is less than the expected market value of the produce. So those pests will come under the negligible pest. Okay, for controlling we can give some amount of our money on those controlations of those pests. That's why it is negligible pest. Second is minor pest. When the pest will cause 5% loss of the yield, that will directly come under the minor pest. And major pest, when it will cause more than 10% loss to the yield, then it will come under the major pest. So these three terms you have to remember, that what is negligible, when less than 5% there is damages, then it will come under the less than 5% damages are there, then it will come under the negligible pest. Minor up to 5 to 10% we can say it is minor, and major pest more than 10% if their yield loss is happening due to these kinds of pests, then it will come under the major pest. So these three categories we should remember about the pest. Now till now we learned about the pest. Now integrated pest management. Although this word is very simple, but its history is very complicated. Means to come up to the IPM term, several times its name get changes. So the first and foremost idea came from the biological control, that at that time one scientist was there, that is Hoskins et al. In 1935. So Hoskins et al. In 1935 first time gave the idea of integrated control. See, integrated control. But he only gave the idea. Remember it, in this history there are several terms which can confuse you. So we here only. So idea given by the Hoskins et al. In 1939. and afterwards integrated control only come for the biological control plus chemical control. Only these two control will come under the integrated control. Later on, in the 1956, Bartlett was a scientist. In 1956, he gave the term integrated control. We can say the IC term was given by the Bartlett. Hoskins proposed the idea of integrated control, and the next question they asked, which scientist used first time the term integrated control? Again, the answer will change in this case because Michael Baker and Bacon. Michael Baker and Bacon first time used the term integrated control. See, three different ideas. Ideas given by Hoskins et al., term given by Bartlett, and the first time used by the Michael Baker and Bacon when he was studying the pest management system in the Cydia pomonella, that is codling moth. Now, at last, the definitions. Again, one question they can ask, the definition of integrated control. Definition of integrated control was given by, so it is given by Smith et al. Smith et al. In 1959, that integrated control is a applied pest control which combines the integrated biological and the chemical control system for managing the pest. So that is definition given by the Smith. So these four scientists mostly related to the integrated control only. So up to 1956, they were using IC term, or we can say integrated pest control. Sometimes they used to call it like IC and IPC, we can say. After some times, scientists found that there is something missing in this term. That's why at that time Gehrer were working mostly on the controlling of the pest systems and the integrated control, we can say. So Gehrer and Clark, there were two scientists, Gehrer and Clark. So first they changed the name integrated control to pest population management. PPM, we can say. So Gehrer and Clark again gave the term PPM for integrated control only. Then in 1966, this is in 1961. In 1966, again they changed the term. Then they removed the population and simply gave the pest management. So Gehrer only in 1966 gave the term pest management. Pest management. Till now, okay, scientists are coming towards now IPM. Until pest management here only. Now Gehrer said that okay, if we are going to biological control and the chemical control simultaneously with each other, then we can go for our local practices also, like cultural practices also, physical also, mechanical also. We can combine these different kinds of the practices to controlling our pest in our agriculture system. Later on, in 1972, the term integrated pest management was accepted by the scientific community. In 1972, the term name is integrated pest management. It is accepted by the scientific community. Okay, this would be the scientific term or more official term for these all kind of tactics. So remember it, in 1972 IPM term was come. So again, and the term given by Smith et al. Remember it, in 1972, and the scientific report was published by, that is published by Council on Environmental Quality, COQ, Council on Environmental quality. The term proposed in this report. Okay, and from 1972 onwards, the term came as a IPM. So IPM means we have to integrate all things, all practices, whatever going in nature, either cultural, physical, mechanical, legal, or we can say biochemical or the chemical. All this when we will integrate in a compatible manner so that they can control the pest, or in that we can gain our benefits, that will come under the IPM. Now there are several definitions regarding the IPM. The first and foremost definition given by the Smith et al. So in Smith definition there is a key term that Smith kept IPM as a multidisciplinary approach. Okay. So Smith defined IPM as a multidisciplinary ecological approach to the management of pest population, which utilize a variety of control tactics compatibly in a single coordinated management system. Okay, and for working on this IPM system only, Dr. R.F. Smith and Dr. Perry Edkison have been awarded in 1997 for the World Food Prize for IPM concept. So again, this is very important questions for regarding the Nobel Prize. So regarding the World Food Prize. So remember it. Smith and Atkinson got the the World Food Prize in the 1997. So till now we discussed about the history of IPM. So these all are the person behind the formulating the IPM concept. So remember it. I hope the all doubts regarding the IPM term, integrated control term, pest management term, now you will get clarity in those concepts. Now, patterns of crop production. Patterns of crop protection. So these patterns given by the Smith in the year 1969. So pattern of crop protections आप इसको as a phases of IPM से भी जानते हो. Phases of IPM means the first phase is subsistence phase. Subsistence phase means सिर्फ अपने लिए ग्रो करना. Means there is minimum needs requirement of the peoples. They were growing on their own farm at the village level. They are not producing for the market level only. So they are growing. They are taking that, consuming that particular thing for their own self only. So minimum use of nature and the natural products, everything controlled by the nature only. That is known as the subsistence phase. After the subsistence, the second phase came, that is exploitation phase. Exploitation phase, as the name is suggesting that now farmers are going to exploit the things present in the nature. It is the time of the green revolutions when the more fertile varieties and the high yielding varieties, more fertilizer we are using, because we have to exploit things to satisfy our greed. That's why it is known as the exploitation phase. Then the third phase is crisis phase. Crisis phase means now we are giving fertilizer to our soil. We are taking high yielding variety also, but somehow our nature getting collapsed and we are not getting back that much of the production. That's why it is known as the crisis phase. And the fourth phase name is disaster phase. Disaster phase. In disaster phase, everything will get collapsed. Like secondary pest outbreak, pest resurgence, minor pest is becoming major pest. These kinds of problem will come under the disaster phase, and afterwards only the fifth phase will come, that is IPM. It means integrated pest management, where we will go more naturally and using of the chemical fertilizers or the chemical pesticide only at the time when it is mostly needed. Otherwise, we will softly go with the nature only. That is comes under the IPM. So these 5 phases are the patterns of crop production. Remember it is given by the Smith 1969. Don't confuse, these are only the phases of IPM also, or the phases of crop protections also. Now the next and the most important topic, that is IPM in world and the India, how it is going to be used in a pilot project. Because आज मैंने टर्म दिया, that doesn't mean that tomorrow it will apply in the whole country or a whole in the world level. First we have to check that on the pilot project basis. So there are several projects on the IPM. So heading will be IPM on the world, and afterward we will learn about the India. Okay, then the first major project on the IPM was, it is known as Hoofaker project. It is the first and foremost project of the IPM that is started in USA. Okay, so it covered the 6 crop, that name is lucerne. Second crop name is citrus, pines, palm and stone fruits, basically apple and all these things, stone fruits, and the last is soybean. So on the world level, the first time IPM project was on these 6 crops, lucerne, citrus, pines, palm, stone fruits and the soybean. Remember it, this time in net they ask about the second project. Like this is the first major project. Then second major project on IPM. So this second major project on IPM was given by the Perry L. Atkinson. So remember it. It is carried out by the Atkinson. So in that only 4 major crops was there: alfalfa, apple, cotton and soybean. Alfalfa, apple, cotton and soybean. So you have to remember this. In first phase there are 6 crops. In second phase there are only 4 crops are there. So remember their year also, 1972 to 78. The first is 1972 to 78. The first project was in the year 72 to 78 and the second project was in the year 1779. It is in the year 1979 to the 1985. So up to here the second project. So in net they asked about this only, that in the phase of 1979 to 1985 which crop is not included in the IPM program. So answer will be citrus there, alfalfa on the options, apple was there, I thought soybean is also there and citrus is also there. So the citrus is not included in the second phase of the IPM. So these on the word level. Then afterwards we can say for this only, this second phase of IPM, in this Atkinson with the Smith worked very hard. In that only he got the World Food Prize in 1997 for managing this IPM program. Afterwards the next concept will come, that is Farmer Field School, FFS. It is Farmer Field School. Now the question they can ask, that in which country the first time the FFS system came, or the concept of the Farmer Field School came in existence. So answer will be Indonesia. First time Indonesian people use the Farmer Field School. What is Farmer Field Schools? Means scientists will go on the fields of the farmer only, on their original fields. They will demonstrate, farmer will do everything. Farmer will only show the results of the new techniques and the IPM packages. Whatever we are giving to them, they will only show the result of this, that the IPM that project or the file module whatever you have given to them, that is beneficial to them or not. That is known as the farmer field schools, comes from the Indonesia. From there only it is spread the whole world. Likewise India also follow the farmer field schools only. Then the second term came, that is LISA, low external input sustainable agriculture. This term came into existence first time in the Philippines, and in 1993 Philippines adopt their own national IPM. National IPM in 1993. Likewise, the Indonesia rice IPM system was the model for is the model for the whole Asian countries. The Indonesian rice model is only the basis for the whole Asian countries also. We are also following that system only. So this LISA term come mostly in the organic culture, organic farming or the natural farming, means very less amount of the product we have to add in the nature, otherwise everything will added by the nature only. That's come under the LISA. So now this is the up to here the word IPM history is there, that first project was given by the Hoofaker and the second project by the Atkinson et al. Afterwards the farmer field schools was started in Indonesia. Likewise the LISA means the concept of LISA was came into existence from the Philippines. Now the history will come about the India. So in India, operational research on the IPM or the operational research project we can say, they started in the year that is 1975 to 1980. 1975 to 1980, and the first module and the first successful IPM program was conducted in cotton in the Nanit district of Maharashtra. The first successful example came from there only against Helicoverpa armigera and other bollworm complex. Then next successful example came from the rice, that is basmati rice. Basmati rice, Pusa basmati, one is the variety. Pusa basmati, one was the variety in which the second successful module of the IPM we get. So it is happen in the Sikoho district of Bagpat. Sikoho district of Bagpat in UP. So this module gets successful in UP. So these two are the landmark IPM program we can say in the history of agriculture. First in cotton and second in rice. Afterward the third project for the against BPM in cabbage given by the IIHR Bangalore. So in this only they give the concept of trap crop, like 2:25. 2:25. 2 means 2 rows of the bold seeded mustard and 25 rows of the cabbage. So if we can manage in this ratio also, so DBM will efficiently get managed. So this concept came in the IIHR Bangalore IPM module, the trap crop concept. So this is the all over history of the IPM throughout the world and the India. So remember these are the very important facts regarding to the IPM. So now remember some agencies also which is related to the IPM at world level. So first one is IPMWG, that is Integrated Pest Management Working Group. Integrated Pest Management Working Group. So previously it is known as the IPM Task Force also. IPM task force, but in 1990 it is again reconstituted as a IPM working group. At the world level it is working for the IPM. The second is FAO, Food and Agriculture Organizations. It is also working for the IPM only. Then the third is CGIAR. CGIAR, it is also a consortium group for international agriculture research. It has to work for the report and the recommendations related to the IPM. So it is consortium group of international agriculture research. So it has to work, report of IPM and again the recommendations for IPM given by this agriculture research group only. And again the World Bank is again in leading in the IPM program. And IRRI is International Rice Research Institute, that is also the foremost agency for developing the IPM modules in the whole world. So these present on the world level only. Now we have to see some nodal agencies that are present in the India level or the national level, we can say. Now some agencies at national level. The first is DPPQS, Directorate of Plant Protection and Quarantine Storage in Faridabad. Establishment year is 1946. Second is NCIPIM, that's National Center for Integrated Pest Management in New Delhi. Okay, then the third is DBT. Third is DBT. DBT full form is Department of Biotechnology. Fourth is NBAIR, National Bureau of Agriculturally Important Resources. So the fourth and foremost nodal agency is NBAIR. So these are some agencies which is working for the IPM at the national level in India. International already we have seen. So for today this much only. I hope you people will like it. Please like, share and comment also. And for further, if you want these kinds of informative videos, please be with us with our channel, that is Study with Entomologist. Thank you for watching.